to welcome you to our tour today. For those of you who don't know me very well, my name is Kelsey and I am originally from Chicago. And my husband and I moved to Valencia, Spain last February. We're loving it, it's beautiful, and I have been taking quite a few trips lately, so this is one of the beautiful places that I am so excited to bring you to. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Oxford! Nestled amidst the rolling hills of Oxfordshire, the historic city of Oxford stands as a beacon of intellectual prowess and architectural splendor. Renowned worldwide as the home of the prestigious University of Oxford, the city exudes an aura of academic excellence and cultural richness. With its origins dating back to the Saxon period, Oxford's storied past is woven into the fabric of its medieval streets and ancient colleges, each boasting centuries of tradition and scholarship. From the iconic spires of its collegiate buildings to the tranquil banks of the River Thames, Oxford's timeless beauty and academic heritage continue to captivate visitors from across the globe, inviting us to explore its hallowed halls and unravel the secrets of its illustrious past. Let's explore Oxford. Now, while we explore, let me tell you a little bit about the history of education in England, particularly about the University of Oxford. The University of Oxford, located in Oxford, is one of the oldest and most prestigious universities in the world, with a history dating back to the 12th century. It traces its origins to the teaching of scholars in the city as early as the year 1096, and by the late 12th century, it had evolved into a recognized institution of higher learning. The university's medieval colleges, such as University College, Balliol College, and Merton College, were established between the 13th and 15th centuries, shaping the distinctive collegiate system that Oxford is known for today. Throughout its history, the University of Oxford has been a center of intellectual and academic excellence, attracting scholars and students from around the world. Its alumni include numerous influential figures in various fields, including politics, literature, science, and the arts. The university's commitment to scholarship and research has led to groundbreaking discoveries and innovations, contributing to its global reputation for academic excellence. Despite its illustrious history and academic rigor, the University of Oxford is also known for its quirky traditions and fascinating anecdotes. Some info for you about the Oxford University. The University of Oxford is home to the Bodleian Library, one of the oldest libraries in Europe, with a collection dating back over 400 years. Oxford University Press, established in 1478, is the world's largest university press and publishes thousands of books and journals each year. The university's Botanic Gardens, founded in 1621, is the oldest botanic garden in Britain and one of the oldest scientific gardens in the world. Oxford is famous for its traditional May morning celebrations, including singing from the Magdalen Tower and Morris dancing in the streets. The Radcliffe camera, an iconic Oxford landmark, was designed by architect James Gibbs and completed in 1749 as part of the Bodleian Library complex. The university's Bodleian Law Library houses a collection of over 450,000 volumes and is one of the largest law libraries in the UK. Oxford's prestigious Rhodes Scholarship, established in 1902, allows exceptional students from around the world to study at this university. The annual Oxford-Cambridge Boat Race, first held in 1829, is one of the oldest and most famous rowing races in the world. The University of Oxford has produced numerous Nobel laureates, including physicist Sir Roger Penrose and chemist Dorothy Crowfoot Hodgkin. Oxford's iconic dreaming spires refer to the university's skyline of historic buildings, including the Radcliffe Camera, Sheldonian Theatre, and All Souls College. What an amazing place to visit! Okay, so as we explore, let me tell you a little bit about English people. Often characterized by their renowned politeness and dry sense of humor, the people in England are known for their rich cultural heritage and diverse society. The English population is a melting pot of different ethnicities, religions, and backgrounds, reflecting centuries of migration and settlement. Despite this diversity, there are certain cultural traits that are commonly associated with the English, such as the love of tea, a passion for sports like football and cricket, and a fondness for queuing or getting in a line. The English are also renowned for their contributions to literature, music, and the arts, with famous figures like William Shakespeare, the Beatles, and J.K. Rowling hailing from England. Some more fun facts for you about English people. The English are famous for their love of tea, with the average person in England consuming around 3 cups per day. The English language, spoken by 1.5 billion people at least worldwide, originated in England and has evolved over centuries. The English are known for their dry sense of humor and wit, which is often characterized by sarcasm and understatement. Cricket, often referred to as the gentleman's game, is one of England's most popular sports and has been played in the country for centuries. The English are avid gardeners, with gardening being a popular pastime and many households maintaining their own gardens. The English countryside is dotted with picturesque villages and historic market towns, providing a charming backdrop to rural life. Traditional English cuisine includes dishes such as fish and chips, roast beef with Yorkshire pudding, and afternoon tea with scones and clotted cream. The English are known for their love of pubs, which are central to community life and often serve as meeting places for socializing and enjoying a pint of beer. The monarchy plays a significant role in English culture, with the British royal family being one of the most well-known and widely followed monarchies in the world. English people are renowned for their politeness and manners, with phrases such as please, thank you, and excuse me being commonly used in everyday interactions. While we explore some of these beautiful things, let me give you a little bit of history of the British royal family, and of course, the Queen. The British royal family has a long and storied history that spans centuries, tracing its roots back to the early medieval period. The modern British monarchy, as we know it today, can be traced back to the Norman conquest of England in 1066, when William the Conqueror became the first Norman king of England. Over the centuries, the monarchy evolved, with notable monarchs such as Henry VIII, Elizabeth I, and Victoria leaving their mark on British history. The monarchy's power fluctuated over time, reaching its zenith during the height of the British Empire in the 19th century, and gradually transitioning to a constitutional monarchy with limited powers in modern times. Today, King Charles is the reigning king, the son of Queen Elizabeth II, who was the longest reigning monarch in British history. Some interesting facts for you about the royal family and Queen Elizabeth II, who passed away on September 8th, 2022. The British royal family has its own dedicated website where members of the public can access official information, news, and updates about the royals. The Queen's official birthday was celebrated on a different day each year, usually in June, with the Trooping the Colours ceremony held in London. The British royal family has a strong tradition of philanthropy and charitable work, with members supporting numerous causes and organizations. Buckingham Palace, the official residence of the British monarch in London, has over 775 rooms, including 52 royal and guest bedrooms. The Queen's official title was Elizabeth II by the grace of God of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland and of her other realms and territories, Queen, Head of the Commonwealth, Defender of the Faith. Imagine signing your name. The British royal family is known for its iconic landmarks, including Windsor Castle, Balmoral Castle, and Sandringham House, which serve as private residences and retreats for the royals. The Queen's corgis, a beloved breed of dog synonymous with the British monarchy, have been a fixture at Buckingham Palace for decades. The British royal family has its own set of traditions and customs, including the annual Christmas broadcast, where the Queen delivered a televised message to the nation. The Queen's coronation took place on June 2nd, 1953, at Westminster Abbey, making her the 39th monarch to be crowned at this historic venue. The British royal family has experienced its fair share of scandals and controversies over the years, but it remains a source of fascination and intrigue for people around the world nonetheless. And next, because we are speaking English, let me give you a little bit of history about the English language itself and how it became so popular with such a diverse vocabulary. The English language has a rich history that spans over a millennium, evolving from the Germanic dialects brought to Britain by Anglo-Saxon settlers in the early Middle Ages. Following the Norman conquest of 1066, French became the language of the nobility and government, leading to a period of linguistic fusion known as Middle English, which incorporated French vocabulary into the existing Anglo-Saxon framework. Some of these words still exist today, including words like chance. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century by William Caxton facilitated the standardization and spread of the English language, with the publication of the first printed books in English contributing to its widespread use and accessibility. Throughout history, English has continued to evolve, absorbing words and influences from various languages and cultures, including Latin, Greek, French, and, more recently, global languages due to the British Empire's expansion and the influence of technology and globalization. Some interesting facts for you about the English language. Its global influence. English is the third most spoken language in the world, with over 1.5 billion speakers worldwide, making it a dominant force in the international communication, business, and culture. Shakespearean legacy. William Shakespeare, often regarded as the greatest playwright in the English language, contributed over 1,700 words to the English lexicon, including eyeball, lonely, and bedazzled. The alphabet. The English alphabet consists of 26 letters derived from the Latin alphabet introduced to Britain by Christian missionaries in the 7th century. Borrowed words. English has borrowed words from over 350 languages, including French, Spanish, Arabic, and Hindi, enriching its vocabulary and reflecting its multicultural heritage. Palindromes. English contains numerous palindromic words and phrases such as level, race car, and a man, a plan, a canal, Panama. Oxymorons. English is home to many amusing oxymorons, such as jumbo shrimp, deafening silence, and virtual reality, which combine contradictory terms for a rhetorical effect. Dialects. English has numerous dialects and regional variations, including British English, American English, Australian English, and so many more, each with its own unique vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. It is ever changing. The English language is constantly evolving, with new words and expressions entering the lexicon regularly, reflecting changes in technology, society, and culture. Some differences between American English and British English I thought you might find amusing. First of all, spelling. American English, we often do not include the U in words with an OUR ending. Color. For example, vocabulary. American English, you might hear truck. With British English, you might hear lorry. Collective nouns. In American English, you'll hear the team is winning. British English, you'll hear the team are winning. Preposition. on the weekend in America and at the weekend in Britain. Verb forms: American English, I have gotten better. British English, I have got better. Slang: American English, trash can. British English, rubbish bin. Idioms: American English, hit the sack or go to bed, and British English, hit the hay. I do have to say I have heard both of these, but still interesting nonetheless. So here are 10 distinctive British phrases that Americans, like myself, do not typically use. Bob's your uncle, used to emphasize how easy something is. Taking the mickey, teasing or making fun of someone. Chuffed to bits, extremely pleased or delighted. Gobsmacked, utterly astonished or shocked. Trolleyed, very drunk or intoxicated. Having a chin wag, having a chat or conversation. Twee, overly quaint, charming, or excessively sentimental. Waffle as a verb, talking aimlessly or rambling on. Codswallop, nonsense or rubbish. Arse over tit, falling over clumsily or in a spectacular manner. What's your favorite British phrase? Let me know in the comments below. All right, so as we walk, let me give you some history on a few of the things that have been invented in England. The steam engine. Invented by Thomas Newcomen in 1712, the steam engine revolutionized transportation and industry, leading to the Industrial Revolution. The telephone. Alexander Graham Bell is credited with inventing the telephone in 1876, revolutionizing communication worldwide. The World Wide Web. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web in 1989, laying the foundation for the modern internet and transforming how information is accessed and shared. Television. In 1925, it was demonstrated that the first working television system could pave the way for the development of modern television technology. Radar. Developed during World War II, radar technology was instrumental in detecting and tracking enemy aircrafts, submarines, and missile systems. Penicillin. Sir Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin in 1928, revolutionizing medicine by introducing the first antibiotic. Jet engine. Sir Frank Whittle and Hans von Ohain independently developed the jet engine in 1930, revolutionizing air travel by enabling faster and more efficient aircrafts. The electric light bulb. Although Thomas Edison is often associated with the invention of the light bulb, Joseph Swan, an English physicist, developed a similar incandescent light bulb in 1878. The ATM automated teller machine. The first ATM was installed by Barclays Bank in Enfield, London in 1967, revolutionizing banking by allowing customers to access their cash and conduct transactions outside of banking hours. Vaccinations. Edward Jenner developed the world's first successful smallpox vaccine in 1796, laying the foundation for modern vaccination practices and saving countless lives from infectious diseases. While we explore this beautiful location, let me give you a little bit of background about England's history and how it became the nation that we know today. In ancient times, England was inhabited by various Celtic tribes, including the Britons, who were known to the Romans as the Britannia. These tribes lived in small settlements and practiced agriculture, animal husbandry, and craftsmanship. Around the year 43, the Roman Empire invaded Britain under the command of Emperor Claudius, initiating a period of Roman rule that lasted nearly 4 centuries. During this time, Roman influence spread across England, leading to the construction of roads, cities, and fortifications, such as Hadrian's Wall in the north to defend against the Pictish raids. During the Roman Empire, England experienced significant cultural, social, and economic integration with the wider Roman world. Roman towns and cities such as Londinium, or modern-day London, became bustling centers of trade and administration. The Romans introduced advanced agricultural techniques, built infrastructure such as baths and amphitheaters, and established a network of roads connecting different parts of the province. Moreover, Roman influence extended beyond material culture, shaping language, law, and religion in England. London, during the Roman period, was known as Londinium. It was founded by the Romans shortly after their invasion of Britain in the year 43 and quickly grew into a thriving urban center. Londinium served as a major port and commercial hub, facilitating trade between Britain and the rest of the Roman Empire. The city boasted impressive structures, including a forum, temples, and public baths, indicating its importance as a political, economical, and cultural hub of Roman Britain. The name Londinium likely derived from a Celtic word meaning wild or uninhabited, reflecting its early origins as a settlement established by the Romans on the banks of the River Thames. Following the decline of the Roman Empire in the 5th century, England entered a period known as the Dark Ages, characterized by political fragmentation, invasions by various Germanic tribes, and the gradual retreat of Roman influence. During this time, Anglo-Saxon kingdoms emerged, each vying for supremacy over the island. The conversion to Christianity, spearheaded by missionaries such as Augustine of Canterbury in the 6th century, brought about significant changes in English society and culture. The subsequent centuries saw the consolidation of Anglo-Saxon power, marked by the rise of powerful kingdoms known as Mercia, Northumbria, and Wessex. The Viking invasions of the 8th and 9th centuries further shaped England's destiny, leading to a period of conflict and eventual integration in between the Anglo-Saxons and Norse settlers. The reign of Alfred the Great, the King of Wessex, in the late 9th century saw the establishment of a unified Anglo-Saxon kingdom and the beginnings of a revival in learning and culture. This period laid the foundation for the later medieval period in England, setting the stage for the Norman conquest in 1066 and the subsequent transformation of English society and governance. After the Norman conquest, England underwent profound changes under Norman rule. William the Conqueror, the first Norman king of England, implemented a centralized system of governance, including Norman feudal institutions and reshaping English society. The Norman kings constructed castles, established a feudal system of land tenure, and commissioned the compilation of a Domesday Book, a comprehensive survey of land holdings and resources in England. This period also witnessed the infusion of Norman French culture and language into English society, leading to the emergence of Middle English as the lingua franca. In subsequent centuries, England experienced a period of political instability, dynastic conflicts, and territorial expansion. The Plantagenet dynasty, which ruled England from the 12th to the 15th century, saw the height of England's medieval power, with kings such as Richard the Lionheart and Edward I asserting English authority over Wales, Scotland, and parts of Ireland. The later Plantagenet period was marked by the Wars of Roses, a series of dynastic conflicts between rival branches of the Plantagenet family, culminating in the establishment of the Tudor dynasty in 1485. The Tudor monarchs, notably Henry VIII and Elizabeth I, oversaw the English Reformation, the expansion of English maritime power, and the flourishing of English Renaissance culture. Following the Tudor era, England experienced significant political, religious, and social upheavals during the Stuart period. The Stuart dynasty, which began with James I in 1603, faced challenges such as conflicts between crown and parliament, religious tensions, and civil wars. The English Civil War between 1642 and 1651 culminated in the execution of King Charles I and the establishment of the Commonwealth under Oliver Cromwell. However, the monarchy was restored in 1660, 9 years later, with the ascension of Charles II, leading to a period known as the Restoration. In the 18th and 19th centuries, England saw transformation into a global power through the Industrial Revolution, which brought about profound economic, social, and technological changes. Industrialization led to urbanization, the growth of cities such as Manchester and Birmingham, and the expansion of trade and commerce. The British Empire expanded rapidly, with England at its heart, establishing colonies and dominions across the globe. The Victorian era, named after Queen Victoria herself, was characterized by social reform, scientific progress, and cultural prosperity. However, it was also marked by social inequity, political tensions, and the rise of labor movements advocating for workers' rights. In the early 20th century, England faced the tumult of two world wars that profoundly shaped its trajectory. World War I from 1914 to 1918 saw England and its allies engage in a devastating conflict against the Central Powers, resulting in significant loss of life and economic hardship. The war's aftermath brought about societal changes, including the extension of voting rights to women and the restructuring of political boundaries in Europe. The interwar period was characterized by economic challenges and social unrest exacerbated by the Great Depression. However, England's resilience and determination laid the groundwork for its role in World War II from 1939 to 1945, where it played a critical part in the Allied victory against the Axis powers. The war transformed England's society and economy, leading to the emergence of the welfare state, increased government intervention in the economy, and the decline of its colonial power. England emerged from World War II as a key player on the global stage, facing challenges and opportunities of the post-war era with resolve and adaptation. Following World War II, England experienced a period of significant social and cultural change, often referred to as the post-war consensus era. The country underwent a process of reconstruction, focusing on rebuilding infrastructure and industries devastated by the conflicts. The establishment of the National Health Service, the NHS, in 1948 marked a milestone in social welfare, providing universal healthcare access to all citizens, regardless of their socio-economic status. In the latter half of the 20th century, England witnessed the decline of its manufacturing sector and the rise of the service economy, particularly in finance, technology, and entertainment. The swinging 60s brought about a cultural revolution characterized by youth-driven movements, such as the Beatles-led British invasion in music and emergence of fashion trends like the miniskirt. England also grappled with political upheavals, including the decline of traditional party allegiances and the rise of new political ideologies. Additionally, the latter part of the century saw increased calls for devolution of powers, leading to the establishment of the Scottish Parliament and Welsh Assembly in the late 1990s, signaling a shift toward a more decentralized political landscape in the United Kingdom. In modern-day England, the country continues to navigate various social, economic, and political challenges while embracing its rich cultural heritage. The nation remains a global hub for finance, innovation, and culture, with cities like London serving as prominent centers for business, technology, and the arts. England's diverse population contributes to its vibrant multicultural landscape, fostering tolerance and diversity. However, the country also faces ongoing debates surrounding issues such as Brexit, immigration, racism, healthcare, and environmental sustainability. Despite these challenges, England remains resilient, with its people proud of their heritage and committed to shaping a prosperous and inclusive future for generations to come. As we walk, let me give you some info about the geography of England. Situated on the southern part of the island of Great Britain, England boasts a diverse geography that encompasses rolling hills, verdant countryside, and rugged coastlines. The landscape is characterized by fertile plains, particularly in the south, where the Thames Valley and the East Anglian fens provide rich agricultural land. To the north, the terrain becomes more mountainous, with the Pennines and the Lake District offering breathtaking vistas and opportunities for outdoor recreation. England's coastline stretches for over 7,000 kilometers, featuring iconic landmarks like the White Cliffs of Dover, the Jurassic Coast of Dorset, and the stunning beaches of Cornwall and Devon. In addition to its natural beauty, England is dotted with historic cities and towns, each with its own distinctive character and architectural heritage. Some fun facts for you. England is the largest country in the United Kingdom by population and land area, covering approximately 130,000 square kilometers. The River Thames, which flows through London, is the longest river entirely in England, spanning a distance of 346 kilometers. The Lake District National Park is home to England's highest mountain, Scafell Pike, standing at 978 meters above sea level. England's coastline is incredibly varied, featuring sandy beaches, rugged cliffs, and picturesque harbors, making it a popular destination for seaside holidays. The Peak District National Park, located in central England, was the first national park established in the country in 1951. England is known for its stunning landmarks, including Stonehenge in Wiltshire, Hadrian's Wall in the north, and the Tower of London in the capital city. The English countryside is crisscrossed by a network of footpaths and hiking trails, providing ample opportunities for outdoor enthusiasts to explore the rural landscape. England experiences a temperate maritime climate, with mild temperatures and moderate rainfall throughout the year, influenced by its proximity to the Atlantic Ocean and the North Sea. The White Cliffs of Dover, composed of chalk, are an iconic symbol of England and can be seen from across the English Channel in France on a clear day. England's diverse geography has inspired generations of writers, poets, and artists who have captured its beauty and charm in literature, art, and music. Now, while we explore, let me give you some of the fun facts about England that I have found particularly interesting. During this tour, we will learn about a few of these in greater detail, but let me give you the overview. First of all, England is the birthplace of many famous inventions, including the steam engine, the telephone, and the World Wide Web. The iconic Tower of London has served as a royal palace, a prison, and a zoo throughout its history. The London Underground, commonly known as the Tube, the London Underground is the oldest underground railway system in the world. The London Zoo. England is home to the world's oldest operating zoo, which opened in 1828, the London Zoo. Sunday roast. The country's national dish is the traditional Sunday roast, typically consisting of roasted meat, potatoes, Yorkshire pudding, and vegetables. Castles. England has more than 1,000 castles, ranging from ancient fortresses to lavish palaces. The English language. With over 1 million words, the English language is one of the most extensive languages in the world. The British Museum. The world's first public museum, the British Museum, was founded in London in 1753. A cuppa. England is known for its love of tea, with an estimated 165 million cups consumed daily. Bristol. The city of Bristol is famous for its colorful houses and vibrant street art scene, including works by renowned artist Banksy. The Lake District. In northwest England, the Lake District has inspired many famous writers, including Beatrix Potter and William Wordsworth. The University of Oxford. England is home to the world's oldest university. The University of Oxford was founded in the 12th century. Breathtaking views. England's coastline stretches for over 7,700 miles, offering fantastic picturesque views and scenic walks. Which bridge? The Tower Bridge in London is often mistaken for London Bridge, which is located nearby. Yellow Submarine. The Beatles, one of the most influential bands in history, originated in Liverpool. English breakfast. The traditional English breakfast typically includes bacon, eggs, sausage, beans, tomatoes, mushrooms, and toast. Stonehenge. Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, and it is believed to be over 4,000 years old. Grand estates. England is famous for its stately homes and grand estates, many of which are open to the public for tours. St. George. The country's patron saint is St. George, who is celebrated on April 23rd with parades and activities. St. George's Cross. England's flag, the St. George's Cross, features a red cross on a white background and is often seen during sporting events and national holidays. Okay, so as we meander, let me give you some info on festivals you might encounter in England. England hosts a plethora of festivals throughout the year, ranging from traditional celebrations to modern cultural events. One of the most iconic festivals is the Notting Hill Carnival, annually held in London. This vibrant event celebrates Caribbean culture with colorful parades, live music, and delicious food. Another popular festival is Glastonbury, one of the world's largest music festivals, which attracts thousands of music enthusiasts from around the globe. The Chelsea Flower Show is a must-visit for gardening enthusiasts, showcasing stunning floral displays and innovative gardening designs. Other notable festivals. These include the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, the Durham Lumiere Festival, and the Manchester International Festival, each offering unique experiences and entertainment. Some fun facts for you. The Notting Hill Carnival is the largest street festival in Europe, attracting over 1 million visitors every year. Glastonbury Festival, held on a dairy farm in Somerset, is one of the most famous music festivals in the world and has been running since 1970. The Chelsea Flower Show is organized by the Royal Horticultural Society, and it has been held annually since 1913, except during World War I and World War II. The Edinburgh Fringe Festival is the world's largest arts festival, featuring thousands of performances across various genres, including comedy, theater, and music. The Durham Lumiere Festival is a biennial event that transforms the historic city of Durham with stunning light installations and projections. The Manchester International Festival showcases original, new work from across the spectrum of performing arts, visual arts, and popular culture. The Hay Festival of Literature and Arts, held in the Welsh border town of Hay-on-Wye, is a renowned literary festival that attracts top authors, thinkers, and speakers from around the world. The Bristol International Balloon Fiesta is Europe's largest annual hot air balloon event, featuring mass ascents, night glows, and spectacular balloon displays. The Oxford and Cambridge Boat Race, held annually on the River Thames in London, is one of England's oldest sporting events, dating back to 1829. Last but not least, the Royal Cornwall Show is one of the UK's largest agricultural shows, featuring livestock competitions, equestrian events, and a wide range of rural activities. What is your favorite festival? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, so as we're seeing all of these beautiful things and beautiful people, let me tell you a little bit of history about the history of fashion in England. Fashion here has a rich and diverse history that reflects the country's cultural evolution over the centuries. During the medieval period, England's fashion was heavily influenced by its European neighbors, with elaborate garments adorned with intricate embroidery and luxurious fabrics. The Tudor era saw the rise of distinctive styles such as the iconic Tudor silhouette, characterized by voluminous skirts and elaborate headwear. In the 17th and 18th centuries, fashion became more refined and elegant, with the emergence of the Georgian and Regency styles, which emphasized simplicity and sophistication. The Victorian era saw a resurgence of opulence and extravagance, with elaborate dresses and intricate accessories reflecting the prosperity of the time. In the 20th century, England became a global hub for fashion innovation and creativity, with London at the forefront of its cutting-edge design. The swinging 60s brought about a cultural revolution, with London's Carnaby Street and King's Road becoming synonymous with youth culture and fashion experimentation. The punk movement of the 1970s challenged conventional ideas of fashion, with designers like Vivienne Westwood pushing the boundaries of style and self-expression. Today, England continues to be a major player in the global fashion industry, with renowned designers like Stella McCartney, Alexander McQueen, and Burberry shaping trends and influencing fashion worldwide. Some fun facts for you about fashion here in England. The first fashion magazine, the English Woman's Domestic Magazine, was published in England in 1861. The term trench coat originated from the coats worn by British soldiers during World War I, known as trench coats because they were often worn in the trenches. The world's first department store, Bon Marché, was inspired by English shopping emporiums and opened in Paris in 1838. The quintessential English garment, the bowler hat, was invented by London hat makers Thomas and William Bowler in 1849. The Royal Ascot horse racing event is famous for its strict dress code, which includes hats for women and morning dress for men. The phrase, the cat's pajamas, originated in England in the 1920s, used to describe something stylish or excellent. The bikini was named after the Bikini Atoll in the Pacific Ocean, where atomic bomb tests were conducted, but its modern design was popularized by British fashion designer Louis Réard in 1946. The Beatles' influence on fashion extended beyond music, with their distinctive mod style inspiring a generation of young people in the 1960s. The London Fashion Week, held biannually in February and September, is one of the world's most prestigious fashion events, showcasing the latest collections from top designers. The Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, has become a global fashion icon, known for her elegant and sophisticated style choices, which often spark trends and sell out items within minutes, similarly to her mother-in-law, the late Princess Diana. The history of fashion in England is rich and diverse, and it has evolved over centuries. Alright, so as we walk, you all know I am such a foodie, so let me tell you a little bit about some of my favorite things to eat in England. Breakfast. The English breakfast, also known as a full breakfast or a fry-up, has its origins in the 19th century, evolving from the hearty morning meals traditionally consumed by rural workers. As industrialization spread across England, workers needed substantial meals to sustain them through long hours of labor, leading to the development of the full English breakfast as we know it today. The typical components of an English breakfast include eggs, usually fried or scrambled, bacon, sausages, baked beans, grilled tomatoes, mushrooms, and toast. Other variations may include black pudding, a type of blood sausage, hash browns, or fried bread. The English breakfast became popular during the Victorian era, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. Some interesting facts for you. The English breakfast is sometimes referred to as a fry-up due to the method of cooking many of its components, which are fried in oil or butter. The origins of the term full English breakfast are uncertain, but it is believed to have been coined in the late 19th century to distinguish it from lighter breakfast options. The traditional English breakfast was historically served as a communal meal, with family members gathered around the table to start the day together. While the components of the English breakfast can vary regionally and based on personal preference, certain elements like bacon and eggs are considered essential. The popularity of the English breakfast spread far beyond England to other parts of the British Isles, including Scotland, Wales, and Ireland, each adding its own regional variations. In addition to being a staple of British cuisine, the English breakfast has become a cultural icon, frequently referenced in literature, film, and television as a symbol of British identity. The English breakfast is often enjoyed on weekends or as a special treat on holidays and special occasions such as Christmas or Easter. The English breakfast has inspired variations around the world, including the American diner-style Grand Slam breakfast and the Australian Big Breakfast. Despite its reputation as a hearty meal, the English breakfast has faced criticism from health experts due to its high fat and calorie content. However, many argue that when enjoyed in moderation, it can be part of a balanced diet. The English breakfast has evolved over time to accommodate changing dietary preferences like lifestyles, with lighter or vegetarian options now available for those seeking healthier alternatives. As they say, everything in moderation, including moderation. Now, because we are in such a cultural and musical place, let me give you some info on one of my favorite bands. Formed in Liverpool in 1960, the Beatles are one of the most iconic and influential bands in the history of music. Comprising John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, the band's early performances in the clubs of Hamburg, Germany shaped their distinctive sound and stage presence. With their groundbreaking albums like Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and Abbey Road, the Beatles revolutionized popular music, blending elements of rock, pop, and psychedelic sounds to create timeless hits. The Beatles' impact extended far beyond their music, however, influencing fashion, culture, and society. Their famous appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1964 marked the beginning of Beatlemania in the United States, sparking a frenzy among fans and cementing their status as global superstars. From their pioneering studio techniques to their experimental forays into film and visual art, the Beatles pushed the boundaries of creativity and innovation, leaving an indelible mark on the world of music and popular culture. Some interesting facts about the Beatles. The original name was the Quarrymen, later changed to the Silver Beatles, before finally settling on the Beatles. Their first hit, Love Me Do, was released in 1962 and reached number 17 on the UK singles chart. The Beatles hold the record for the most number one hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, with 20 songs reaching the top post. Yesterday, written by Paul McCartney, is one of the most covered songs in history with over 2,200 recorded versions. The rooftop concert on top of the Apple Corps building in London was the Beatles' final live performance as a band. The Beatles' animated film, Yellow Submarine, was released in 1968 and remains a cult classic. John Lennon's 1969 marriage to Yoko Ono and their subsequent Bed In for Peace became iconic symbols of the peace movement. The Beatles' final studio album, Abbey Road, features one of the most famous album covers of all time, with the band walking across a zebra crossing outside Abbey Road Studios. In 1965, the Beatles were awarded the Member of the Order of the British Empire (BME) by Queen Elizabeth II, sparking controversy and protests due to their perceived rebellious image. The Beatles were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1988, recognizing their enduring influence and contribution to music history. What's your favorite Beatles song? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for joining me in Oxford today, as the sun sets over its dreaming spires, casting a golden glow upon its storied streets. Us visitors depart with memories of a city steeped in history, culture, and academic brilliance. Whether wandering through its historic colleges, strolling along the riverbanks, or simply soaking in the atmosphere of its bustling streets, Oxford leaves an indelible impression on all who have the privilege to explore its treasures. As twilight descends, the echoes of centuries past linger in the air, reminding us of Oxford's enduring legacy as a beacon of knowledge and inspiration. Until next time, farewell to this enchanting city, where the pursuit of learning and the spirit of discovery continue to thrive. What's your favorite part of Oxford? Let me know in the comments below. For a more in-depth look at this location, as well as over 100 locations around the world, check out my Explore with Kelsey tours in the Buy Me a Coffee links in the information below this video. Happy travels! Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for your donations, for your tips, for your PayPals. And as always, thank you for being a part of my traveling family. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye, everyone. Don't forget to follow and like this video for more with me, Explore with Kelsey.